Switch is an amazing console with detachable Joy-Con, TV support, and even some of the best games like Mario Odyssey and Animal Crossing. But the Switch is now 6 years old, and how much can the Switch make you switch to it in 2023? Now time for unboxing. The Nintendo Switch comes with 2 Joy-Cons, a controller to turn those 2 Joy-Cons into one, wrist straps to go ahead and make multiplayer games more easier, HDMI cable, an AC cable adapter, and the console itself. Now to compare these consoles, I am going to be comparing the Nintendo Switch to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The PS5 comes with a controller, a charging cable, an HDMI cable, a power cord, a base for the console, and the console itself. And the Xbox just comes with a controller, power cord, AC adapter, and then the console itself. That was boring. The Nintendo Switch destroys the Xbox and beats the PS5, leaving the Nintendo to get the first points. What about library? Not this kind of library. I'm talking about the game library. If you buy a console, you need to have an abundance of games in your library, right? Well, the Nintendo is actually not only a console company, but a game developer company, which means that all the games that you see on the Nintendo Switch is either made by them or it's redesigned to go ahead and use Nintendo controls. Nintendo had 6 years to do this, so they had a lot of the games that they could play, like Fortnite, Fall Guys, and a bunch more. Now, not only that, but if the tech rumors are true, the Nintendo Switch 2 will have full compatibility with Xbox and PS and PlayStation games, which means I can play Spider-Man on a Nintendo. That's going to be awesome. And if that's true, the Nintendo Switch might become the best console ever. Well, what about graphics? This is the category that can make the Switch lose. The Switch is 6 years old. How can it compare with other consoles that have newer and more powerful chips? The answer, it doesn't. The Nintendo Switch, I'd always thought the Nintendo Switch had chips optimized for its games. But whenever I play games like Fall Guys or Fortnite made by other creators, I'm always getting a silky smooth 45 to 60 frames per second. So what's going on here? Well, the truth is that the Nintendo Switch has the NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip. This is one of the most powerful chips with 60 frames per second and 4K resolution. But it's a chip from 2015. So how can it compare with the newer and improved AMD chip that the PS5 and the Xbox both have? The answer, the NVIDIA puts up a good fight, but it has no chance of winning against the new AMD and more powerful AMD chip. Next up, we have battery. And it's up to the channel would be a very really good idea. Since battery is not really fair because the Xbox and the PS5 are both connected directly to the TV, we're going to be talking about controller battery. And another thing we need to point out is that the Nintendo controllers are so small that they can't fit as big of a battery as the Chungus is of the Xbox and the PS5. So we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. The PS5 controller can get up to 6 to 12 hours, which is nothing compared to Xbox's 30 to 40 hours. But even that it varies a little. So even that cannot be compared to Nintendo's Switch Pro controller 40 hours of screen on time. And it can probably go more. This can last you through 2 days, maybe even 3 days if you play Nintendo a lot. Next up, we have resolution. The Nintendo Switch is at 720p resolution, which is nothing compared to the PS5 and the Xbox's 4K, leaving the other consoles to get the point. Our last, but definitely not least category is subscriptions. Subscriptions are one of the most important things because if you are getting a console, then you have to make sure that you get the correct subscription for the correct amount of games that you want to play. For example, if you have a Samsung device, then I couldn't recommend the Xbox subscription more. And Xbox Gaming Pass Ultimate is so fun because you can text with your friends and play exclusive games made by Microsoft. And there's so many other things that I can barely even talk about on this video alone. Now, the PS5 subscription, PS Plus, has three different subscriptions, which is PS Plus Extra, and PS Plus Premium. And I have to say, out of all three, I'd say that it depends on which one you're looking for. But if you really like playing games like Spider-Man and other games specifically made by Sony, then this is the one for you. Now, what about the Nintendo? Nintendo, it costs $4.99, pretty cheap. And then, what do you get on it? Online play. That's it. So here's my conclusion. If you're going to go ahead and have multiple Samsung devices and you want to be able to play cool games on it, then the Xbox is definitely for you. If you have a Sony device for whatever reason, and you want to go ahead and connect the games to that while going ahead and having a silky smooth display, then the PS5 is for you. And if you want to go ahead and have family fun time with your with your friends and just have a bunch of fun with a bunch of portability, the Nintendo Switch is for you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Jato out.